Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm making souffle pancakes. These are pancakes taken to the next level. They are airy, light, fluffy, and delicious. Okay, so the first part of this batter, I'm going to be working with 4 room temperature yolks of 4 large eggs. So these are from large eggs, and I just separated the yolks from the whites. We'll get to the whites later. Right into my bowl. And you'll want to start. Now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm also going to be adding 2 tablespoons of whole milk. There we go. And now you'll just want to combine and mix this well. Okay, so here I've combined roughly a ½ cup of cake flour. You could use all-purpose. And I actually weighed this, so it's 65 grams of cake flour. But it's a loosely packed ½ cup of flour. 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. And I'm just going to sift that into my mixture. And just kind of start whisking as you do that. Get some of that up there. Okay, so this is completely combined. So I used the 4 egg whites from the 4 large eggs, but I also added 1 extra egg white. And I added it to this measuring cup. So for those of you that have like liquid egg whites or in the carton, I have about 3, let's see. It's 3/4 of a cup of egg whites. But basically it's 5 large egg whites from, large eggs. So it's going into a very clean bowl. That's another thing. To get these whipped up nice and fluffy to stiff peaks, you want to work preferably with a very clean glass bowl. Even a chilled glass bowl works better. I didn't have time to do that. But if you're working with a plastic mixing bowl that's greasy, you might have a hard time doing this. And you could do this by hand, but I'm gonna use my electric mixer to save some, elbow grease. So I'm gonna add my whites right into my bowl. So I'm going to start mixing these, and right before they hit soft peaks, you want to get them pale yellow. Then I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of sugar and 1/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar. Okay, so it's not quite soft peak stage yet, but I'm going to add my sugar. I'll mix it in. I'll do like half and then mix. Now the cream of tartar. Okay, yeah. So those are creating peaks. So I'm going to take just a little bit of my batter and kind of work it in there, fold it. Basically, you could do this in thirds if you like. But the key here is not to vigorously mix it, because then you'll deflate everything. You want to fold, just kind of scrape and fold. This does take time. It's not a quick process. Well, it's not as quick as just, mixing like you would regular pancake batter. So there's a lot of things. If you're making this at home and you've tried a recipe and it failed, it could be a lot of, there could be a lot of variables. It could be the type of bowls you're using. If you're using plastic, if it's kind of slick and greasy, those are all key things to getting a good fluff, to your egg whites or to your pancakes. And also working with a chilled bowl and chilled egg whites, that definitely helps with the fluffiness. So I'm just going to continue folding this in. Sorry, I'm long-winded. I just really want you guys to succeed when you make these because they're so good. Okay, so here is my fluffy batter. Look at that. You can actually put this in a piping bag to make more uniform pancakes, but I'm gonna I'll show you how I do it. And I've been preheating my pan on a very low heat. I'm going to crank up the heat slightly and add some oil. So it's well oiled. I wiped out any residual oil. So now I'm going to use the largest scoop that I have. This is a 2-inch scoop, ice cream scoop, cookie dough scoop. And what I'm going to do is scoop out the dough and right there. And if you want these extra high, just kind of give it another little half scoop on top. Okay, so it's been a minute. And if you have to adjust your heat, if you feel like it's cooking too fast, okay. So what I'm going to do is just basically dip my fingers in some cold water. And on the parts that don't have a pancake on it, just kind of sprinkle it. Now we're going to cover it. Just like that, carefully. This lid actually doesn't fit. Okay, and I'm going to continue cooking it on that side on a low heat for another 30 to 45 seconds. Then, fingers crossed, I'm going to hope it's ready to flip. Okay. Now the key here is not to flip it too soon. So honestly, it's been about 2 minutes, gently on a low heat. Okay, that came off easily, good sign. Ooh, yeah, that's beautiful. So I'm going to do the other one. Yes. Boom, there we go. Yes. Okay. So it looks great on the outside, but the key is to also cook the inside. So again, I'm going to go with just a little, I'm going to do it on one little part here. And then now I'm going to cover it. And again, on a low heat. I'm going to let that cook for another 2 minutes. So I wanted to show you, I actually did double scoops for each of these pancakes, and I'm going to show you the comparison here. Here's the first one that I made. It's still fluffy and light, but look how much rise I get when you actually, So I would say if you really want that dramatic, fluffy souffle pancake, give it, to give it more height, add more batter, like on top, pile it on. Okay. Yeah, don't stick on me. Okay, that works. Ooh, yeah. Love it. Okay, so I don't care if I'm double dipping. Sorry. This is so good. Look at the inside. Perfectly cooked, fluffy, yes. I hope you give this recipe a try. I hope you like it, and thanks for watching.